Have you ever caught yourself thinking that you are living on autopilot? Days blur into weeks. You work hard. You fulfill your obligations. You strive toward goals. But somewhere deep in your soul gapes an emptiness. The feeling of genuine, unconditional joy, light as a sunbeam and all-encompassing as summer air, has become a rare visitor or has disappeared entirely. You are not alone. This is the quiet epidemic of our modern times. By the most conservative estimates, 8 out of 10 people live in a chronic deficit of joy, never even realizing that the cause lies in a single yet fundamental error of thinking that they commit every single day. What if I told you that this error is not external circumstances, not hard work, not the absence of money, and not the wrong people around you? This error is an inner script, a narrative that you unconsciously play out in your head from the moment you wake up. It is not a loud, dramatic monologue. It is a quiet, poisonous whisper of doubt, fear, and self-imposed limitations. This whisper has become so familiar that you have stopped noticing it. It is the background hum of your life. It plays continuously like music in a shopping mall that you stopped hearing years ago. Today, we are not simply going to bring this invisible thief into the light. We are going to dissect its mechanism. We are going to understand how it operates at the level of science. And we are going to arm ourselves with a step-by-step instruction to reclaim our birthright, the right to joy. Scientific foundation. Let me explain why this is not metaphor, but actual biology and physics of your reality. Science has made a colossal breakthrough in proving that our brain possesses a property called neuroplasticity. This means that your brain is not a static, frozen structure. It is a living, constantly changing system. Every thought you think, especially when backed by strong emotion, forces neurons to form new connections. When you day after day think, life is unfair, I got unlucky again, I will never be able to afford that. You are not simply pondering. You are physically at the level of neural networks, laying down and paving a speedway in your brain that leads directly to a state of joylessness and scarcity. Your brain is learning to be unhappy. But quantum physics goes even deeper, revealing the mechanism at a more profound level. Everything in the universe, including you, is energy vibrating at a specific frequency. Your thoughts and feelings are not abstract. They are measurable vibrations that you broadcast into the quantum field, the field of all potential possibilities. When you vibrate at the frequency of resentment, fear, or despair, you can, by the law of resonance, attract only those events, people, and circumstances from this field that correspond to this low frequency. This is not punishment. This is simply physics. The universe does not give you what you want. It gives you what you are, what you radiate. Thus, the absence of joy is not something that happens to you. It is something you, without realizing it, create yourself, repeatedly making the same mistake, choosing thoughts and feelings that vibrate at a frequency incompatible with joy. The problem and its hidden origins. But where does this destructive error come from, this habit of being unhappy? Here's what most people do not understand. Its roots go back to the earliest years of our lives. A child enters this world as a blank slate, as an open vessel, ready to absorb the joy of existence. But from the very first days, the child comes under the influence of childhood programming and social conditioning. Our parents, no matter how loving they were, transmitted to us not only the color of our eyes, but also their own fears, anxieties, and limiting beliefs about the world. Phrases casually thrown out. Do not be too happy or you will cry later. Happiness must be earned. Life is a difficult thing. Fall into the fertile soil of the child's subconscious and sprout there like weeds. Later, society takes over. Schools, universities, media. The entire system is built on comparison, competition, and the cult of external achievement. We are taught that joy is a byproduct of success. You got an A, now you can be happy. You bought a new car, there is your happiness. You got married, now you can be satisfied. We begin to perceive joy not as a natural state of existence, but as a reward that must be earned, like a carrot dangled before your nose. In this endless race for conditions for happiness, we completely lose the ability to enjoy the process of life itself, the very fact of our existence. To this, we add energetic trauma, experiences of betrayal, rejection, loss that leave deep scars in our energetic body. To protect ourselves from repeating the pain, our subconscious erects a wall through which not only new pain stops penetrating, but also the light of joy. Stay with me until the end of this video because the principles that can transform your life will be revealed. Subscribe to our channel, put a like on this video, leave any comment, for example, 3 sevens, 777. Your support helps YouTube algorithms promote this video to millions of people searching for this understanding. Thank you. Deep analysis of the fundamental error. First component, negative word viruses. Let us now carefully examine the building blocks that compose this fundamental error that robs us of joy. The first element is negative word viruses. Think about this for a moment. How often do you use the words must, have to, cannot? Listen to how they sound. I have to go to work. I must call my parents. Each such word carries the vibration of compulsion, heaviness, and absence of choice. From the perspective of neurobiology, when you say I must, your brain perceives this as a stressful situation and begins producing cortisol, the stress hormone, which on the physical level blocks pleasure centers. You have not even begun to act, and you have already deprived yourself of potential joy from the process itself. The word cannot is an even more powerful virus. Pronouncing it, you literally program your reality for failure, sending a clear signal into the quantum field about your powerlessness. Second component, limiting beliefs about joy itself. The second, even more profound element is limiting beliefs about joy itself. The most common one is, I do not deserve joy, or joy is for others, not for me. This belief is typically a result of childhood trauma or low self-esteem. Let me provide a practical example. A woman receives a beautiful bouquet of flowers as a gift from her husband. Her first automatic thought, why such expense? He should have bought something practical. She does not allow herself to simply enjoy the moment because deep inside sits a program. I am not worthy of simply receiving gifts and being happy. A man achieves success in a project, but instead of celebrating, he immediately begins worrying about the next, even more complex project. His program. There is no time to be happy. I must constantly prove my worth. Every time joy tries to enter your life, these beliefs, like stern guards, slam the door in its face. Third component, emotional blocks and fear of rejection. The third element is emotional blocks, the chief of which is fear of rejection. Many of us are afraid to openly display our joy. We are afraid we will be judged. What is he so happy about, like a fool? That others will envy us, that we will jinx our happiness. This fear forces us to wear a mask of seriousness and restraint. We suppress our natural impulses to smile at a stranger, to sing along to a favorite song on the street, to laugh out loud. By suppressing the manifestation of joy, we weaken the feeling itself. The energy of joy, finding no outlet, fades inside. It is like trying to start a fire but keeping it tightly covered, denying it access to oxygen. Fourth component, energy leaks. Finally, the fourth element, which drains all life force. These are energy leaks. This includes complaints, gossip, judging others, and endlessly chewing on negative news. When you complain about your life, you vibrate at the frequency of lack. When you judge someone, you tune into their low frequency. It is like trying to fill a vessel with joy while there are hundreds of tiny holes at the bottom. All the creative energy you could direct toward creating happy moments leaks away uselessly. The path to healing, to reclaiming your right to joy, begins not with fighting. Fighting negative thoughts only strengthens them, feeding them your energy. The path begins with radical honesty and consciousness. The first step is to admit, yes, I often think in negative ways. Yes, I am afraid to be happy. Yes, I complain constantly. You cannot heal what you refuse to see. Awareness is the light you direct into the dark basements of your subconscious. And only by illuminating these programs do you gain choice. When you have learned to notice your negative patterns, the next step is breaking the pattern. In the very moment when you catch yourself thinking, I will never succeed, or everything is bad, immediately break this neural trance. Do something physical and unexpected. Pinch yourself. Say loudly aloud, cancel. Next thought, stand up and do several squats. This simple action creates a glitch in the matrix of your habitual thinking. It shakes your brain out of its automatic groove and gives you a precious second to make a new, conscious choice. And in that second of awareness, you implement the third step, the practice of gratitude. This is the most powerful tool for reprogramming your brain for joy. Start small. Right now, find 3 things in your environment for which you can be grateful. The warmth of the cup in your hand, a comfortable chair, silence in the room. Focus on this feeling. Feel how it is born in your heart. By practicing this daily, you begin laying new neural pathways in your brain, pathways of joy and abundance, tools of new thinking. Now that we have cleared the path, let us arm ourselves with tools of new thinking to cement the result. Begin consciously using power words. Replace destructive word viruses with constructive ones. Instead of I must or I have to, say I choose. I choose to go to work because it provides for my family. Feel the difference in energy. Instead of I cannot, say I do not yet know how, but I am learning, or everything works out for me perfectly. Instead of problem, say task or opportunity. Complement this with new affirmations that will become the code of your new reality. Speak them in the morning before the mirror and in the evening before sleep, feeling their truth with your entire being. I am open to the flow of joy in my life. Joy is my natural state. I lovingly and easily accept all blessings of the universe. Every day my life becomes increasingly joyful and filled with meaning. Examples of people who found joy amid impossible circumstances. History knows thousands of examples of when people, in the most joyless circumstances, through the power of their spirit and conscious choice, transformed their reality. Viktor Frankl, an Austrian psychiatrist who survived the horrors of Nazi concentration camps, wrote that even there, in hell on earth, everything could be taken from a person except one thing: the last human freedom. The freedom to choose one's attitude toward any given circumstances. Facing life and death, he and other prisoners found crumbs of joy in a ray of sunset, in memories of loved ones, in a joke told by a fellow prisoner. They intuitively used the main law: focus of attention determines quality of life. Joanne Rowling, as a single mother living on government aid, in a state of deep depression, could have given up. Her entire world screamed at her about the absence of joy. But she made a choice. She focused on the one thing that brought her joy, creating the magical world of Harry Potter. She did not wait for external circumstances to change. She began changing her internal reality, and ultimately the external reality adjusted itself to her, bringing joy not only to her, but to millions of people around the world. Powerful conclusion. Your joy awaits. Your life is not what happens to you. It is how you respond to what happens. Joy is not a destination you will reach when everything gets better. Joy is the path itself. Joy is the choice you make in each moment. It is a skill that can and must be developed like muscles in a gymnasium. This is not the end. This is the true beginning. Today, you have received knowledge. You have understood the mechanism of the main error that was stealing your joy. The path is now clear. Stop waiting for someone or something to make you happy. The source of infinite joy is within you right now, in this very breath, in this heartbeat. You need only turn toward it, direct the light of your attention upon it, and allow it to be. The choice is yours. Your breakthrough is not someday. Your transformation is not future. You are not becoming. You are already here. You already possess everything you need to begin. Step into it. Claim it. Live it fully. Experience joy starting right now.